please remember. Today, we're going to be talking about, this is our last Sunday on the fruit of the Spirit. And because I was scheduled earlier to speak and was not able to, I got shifted to the end. So the 9 items, the fruit of the Spirit, the 9 characteristics that we've been talking about, love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, goodness, etc., etc. I can't ever remember the last 3. Jerry, can you remember the last 3?
Meekness and
Oh, good.
temperance.
All right, they're up there. Gentleness, self-control, and faithfulness. That's good. I did the wrong sequence, but
That's all right.
at least I got it. I'm speaking today on kindness. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. And when I look at this crowd here and say, who here needs to hear about kindness? And I scour each face, and there's nobody here that needs any more kindness. Everybody's got all they need already. So, it's just another useless message. Can you turn me up, Scott? I used to be an evangelist, and I like to hear it booming in here. Testing, yeah, there now. Hallelujah. And you know another thing I like about this church? When I sit, no matter where I sit, if I look over at Christine during the worship service, you get another whole perspective on worship, because she's signing for those who cannot hear, unfortunately, like me, and the signing is so beautiful and so exemplary of the message in action. I just love it. It's like Christine should be a worship leader, and she should be showing us how to worship with our physical bodies. Dancing, falling down on the ground, face down. I've been here for 2 years. We've never done that. I'll talk with him this week. We'll plan it next week. No, last week I was talking to Richard here and about what he does in the service here and how he helps. And Scott was sitting in the front row, and Scott turned around after overhearing what I said, and he gave some good advice to Richard. He said, run. Run. Kindness. Last week, I was at Wendy's, which is where my office is. I was over there early in the morning, and I was having a cup of coffee, and I noticed there was a lady sitting over here on the right, and there was nobody else in the restaurant except the workers, except her sitting over there. And when I saw her, I said, she looks like she's having a rough life, a tough life. And I remember as I sat down and I was thinking about that, you wonder who people are and so on. And so as I was thinking about that, I thought maybe she could even be homeless. But she didn't look real ragged. She looked pretty presentable. Yeah, sometimes the homeless people are just pieces. In fact, this morning, I went over to pick up Jason, and he's homeless, and he has a little concrete slab next to a parking lot that he sleeps on. So I drove over there this morning to pick him up, and when I picked him up, I honked my horn a little bit, and he didn't budge. Oh boy, he's really asleep. So I got out of the car, and I went over to shake his leg under his blanket, and there was no leg. That's funny. I pulled the blanket back, and there's no body. He wasn't there. So it looked like he was there because it was fluffed up. But I try to pick up Jason in the Sunday mornings and bring him along with us, because here at this place, he has found love, joy, peace, gentleness, Uh-oh. My coaching thing left me up there. Oh, there it is. Patience, patience. Now let's not talk about that one. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Thankfully. So this lady was sitting there, and I was finishing my coffee, and all of a sudden, another lady comes banging in the door. I mean, the doors flew open, banging against the deal, and she came marching in, and she was speaking at the top of her voice, and she comes over and talks to the lady and says, I've seen you here, I saw you last week, I saw you here, and there was a big diatribe about, I've seen you around, I know you're here, and I know you don't have a place to live. So, oh, she is homeless. And so on. So after she made that big speech, she put a $5 bill on the table in front of her. Just like that. And the lady who was homeless protested, oh, no, I'm okay. I'm all right. Thank you, but, you know, and the lady that came busting in the door, who worked there in amongst the stores there, she made her speech again. But I know, I've seen you around and so on. I want to help you. And she was saying, I love you. I care about you. I want to help you. Here, let me help you. And the homeless lady said, thank you very much. And then she turned around to leave. And as she got to the door to leave, she turned around and looked back. And guess what she said, Nick? She said, have a blessed day. Nick says that a lot. Have a blessed day. And the homeless gal said, okay, thank you. And that was it. And I thought about that for a few minutes, and I thought, she was expressing kindness to that homeless person. She was kind, and she was generous, and she was thoughtful. She was a lot of those things. Has anybody seen my notes? Good.
Ran away.
I'll read my introduction, okay? That was there's planned things that I want to do this morning in sharing about kindness, and then there's the unplanned things. That was unplanned. That introduction. Now here's the real introduction. Robert and Denise Ransdell, 103, oh no, wrong paper, sorry. I asked Denise if I could have her address beforehand so I could know how to contact him. And of course, Richard would say, run. He's now learned. Okay, here's my notes here. They tell you back at seminary, I've never been to one, but they tell you they're at seminary.
Oh, Jack.
Don't let people know you use your notes, you know. So this is kind of